speed, right? So we've got a lot of things to figure out, and we're grateful, Mr. Secretary, you're there to help us do that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Kramer. Senator Warren, you made it by a matter of seconds.
It counts.
You were recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So look, we all want the Air Force to have the money it needs to keep us safe. And we all want those funds to be spent as effectively and as efficiently as possible. The Air Force's budget request was about $220 billion last year, and many of those billions going to develop weapon systems. But even then, contractors try to withhold technical data rights, preventing service members from repairing equipment that the Air Force itself owns. So, Secretary Meng, you know this problem. During your confirmation process, you said that in a contested logistics environment, quote, airmen will need to be authorized and empowered to manufacture parts and fix their equipment. I agree with you on this. When DoD secures repair rights, that increases our battlefield readiness and it lowers costs. When Tinker Air Force Base needed to replace a pressure door handle for the C-5 transport aircraft, the Air Force manufactured the part itself and saved 95% of the cost because it wasn't tripped up by contractor restrictions. So, Mr. Secretary, do you agree that this type of major cost savings makes right to repair a strategic priority for the Air Force and for its budget?
Thank you, Senator. Yes, I do agree with that. And that's something I've already had discussions with the team on in the first couple days. I think it's not only from a cost perspective, Senator. I think from a readiness perspective, as General Alvin has discussed multiple times, both are affected with our ability to have more flexibility in how we do parts sustainment.
Absolutely. Okay, cost and readiness. So it's no surprise that new polling just released today found that over 70% of voters overwhelmingly favor Congress passing a defense right to repair law. Americans know that this is a big opportunity to save billions of dollars. Secretary Driscoll is leading the way with the new Army Transformation Initiative released earlier this month, making it a standard for Army contracts to include right to repair from day one. But airmen far from home need to be able to fix their own equipment as well. They shouldn't be waiting, in some cases we know up to 6 months, for a refurbished T-38 trainer engine. So, Mr. Secretary, shouldn't the Air Force adopt a service-wide right to repair policy like the Army's policy so that we can get grounded jets back into the air faster?
So, Senator, I'm not familiar with the details of what Secretary Driscoll has proposed, but the idea of having that flexibility, I fully support.
Okay.
And again, that's one of the things we're going to be looking at.
I love hearing that you like the idea, but what we got to do is we got to put that idea into action. Right to repair is one important tool for the Air Force to protect its budget. But contractors will find any way they can to overcharge the military right up until the moment they get caught. Last year, DoD's Inspector General found that Boeing charged the Air Force 80 times, that's 80 times, the available commercial price for a soap dispenser during a C-17 sustainment contract. Now, that overcharge was found only through an investigation after the fact and sort of by happenstance. It makes you wonder what kind of other overcharges are going unnoticed. And that is why the IG recommended that contracting officers be notified when a price for an item like a spare part increases over 25%. Mr. Secretary, would the Air Force be in a better position to detect this kind of price gouging if your contracting officers had to be notified when there was a price spike?
Yes, Senator. More data in this area would be always helpful.
All right, good. You know, I'm working with my colleagues across the aisle to get this type of price information into the hands of all of our contracting officers, but the Air Force needs to be updating its own policies as well. Because we all agree that the Air Force's hundreds of billions of dollars should be spent efficiently to benefit our service members and our taxpayers, not just to benefit contractor executives. If we can get airmen the right to repair and contracting officers the information they need to stop price gouging, the Air Force can start buying smarter service-wide. And I look forward to working with you and with you, Mr. Chairman, and all of my colleagues on this committee to get it done. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. The senator from Alaska.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and gentlemen, thank you for your